Hello and welcome to Rozaki 3D. This is part 7 of how to model a detailed Kalashnikov rifle with Subdivformer on Android. Now without wasting time, I'll move on to modeling this gun and see how far we can go with it. Hopefully it's not going to be a very long video, but with much progress. So on the previous video I modeled this front section of the gun, and on this video I'll try to model the upper section and move into modeling the muzzle and the other components of the gun, and merge all the objects together in order to see how far we can go in wrapping up the model. If you've not seen this video, then we will wrap the model up in part 8, hopefully, which is going to be on Monday next week. So I'm just going to go back to my application launcher and open Photos and look for the reference image that I downloaded earlier. So here we go. Yep, so let's get back to Subdivformer and carry on modeling. So I'm just going to originate this section, the upper section, from the bottom section, and for that reason I'll have to say strip, select that strip and shape subdivide. It doesn't really look like a good idea, so I'll just say select this entire strip, go down, split it. It's far much better of an idea than the previous one. So now what I'm going to do here is to select this for faces here, and this one's here, and this one's as well. And extrude them. Yeah, extrude them. So I'm just gonna go to the side view and extrude those faces while looking at maintaining their relativity with the other section that we have earlier. So shape, extrude. Oof. Something nasty is going on here. Not going to undo. Instead, I will just look for that face and repair it later. Yeah. Okay, we have many of them selected. So I'll select a few of them and redo the process. 1, 2, 3, and let's see how it goes. So I'm selecting these faces to see if I can successfully model not only the bottom section but also extrude the upper section from it. So that's what I'm looking towards doing. I hope it works, but if it doesn't, we'll have to find another way. So let's inspect the selections to make sure that no unwanted faces have been selected before we extrude and have to undo and waste our time in this minor section. So those faces selected, I'm just going to go to shape again and extrude. So with that face on the bottom side selected without intention, I'm just going to delete it. Sorry. I'm just going to face select mode and select this face. Tap increase and go to local, delete that, and then I will go to edge select mode, select that edge, the two edges opposite of each other around this hole, and attempt to fill. So bridge is the best function. Okay. So I've selected three faces here, three edges here, which are a bit challenging because of the size of the model, but Let's zoom in a little bit closer. Yeah, good. Bridge. That's been sorted. Let's get back to business. So, just going to go back to first select mode and select the faces that are going to be used to originate the other section. First I have to straighten the front area by aligning it along the Z-axis. So, well, selecting along touch spots can be really hard. That we're gonna do right now. Okay, so see what we can do about it by transforming and moving up along the Z-axis. Ooh. Okay, with that moved as far, we're going to engage the side view. Try pushing it back along the x-axis. Okay, not looking so good at all. So let's try aligning the faces along the x-axis in order to straighten the front face of the gun and see exactly how it is going to look for us. Okay, right there. So go to align along the x-axis, not looking so good. So those faces will have to redo, but first undo, and yep, those faces will have to remodel. Okay, so let's just undo as far as we can right now. Let's select a few faces that might give us a much saner selection. Okay, so right there and right there. Roll the mesh over to inspect as many sides as we can to make sure that we've not selected a face that's not intended. 7 minutes have passed already. We have a target of finishing this in only, extrude that, good, looks so much better, much better. So we have a target of finishing this video in only 20 minutes, but with as much progress as possible. Now with these faces in that particular stage here, I'm just going to say shape again and extrude, and right here is where we start to make things come together. So we're going to go to this perspective and select that face, bridge the gap between this and that. Good, we're going to do the rest. We're going to handle the other faces the same way, so without wasting time, let's get into that. Bridge, good. So bridge, perfect. Bridge, good. Okay, our gun is taking shape now. Right there. Bridge, select those two faces, and bridge, we're good to go. Now, we have formed this hole. I could just go to, sorry. Okay. So we've just formed those two holes that you can see here. Although ours are really much taller compared to this one, but at least we've got some progress made so far. So we're just going to form the upper section of the gun finally before we move to tweaking all of these things. Or perhaps we should try right now. Let's see how it's going to go for us. Okay, so select the faces at the top first, the ones alongside that as well. Right there. Right there. Good. Okay, so from there, just going to tap increase and increase their sizes and then push them down. So transform, Go to scale along the y-axis. A little bit. Yep. We'll make more changes much later. Now we're gonna move them down along the z-axis. So let's try to match it with the other item we've got on the other end. At least we've got it with us here. Good. So something not very attractive is happening, but we're going to correct that later. You will notice that the upper section is forming that ridge. Actually, it's a wrinkle with the other section, so we're just going to scale it down along the y-axis a little bit. See how much of that we can get rid of in that particular manner. So that having considerably been solved, we're going to move on to modeling the rest of the upper section of the gun. So for that reason, and for that matter, I'm just going to select the middle faces of this section and move them up along the axis. So I'm just going to go to the front view of the gun and say move along the axis. Okay, a little more. Okay, side view. See the difference? So we have a difference here. We really do. Just gonna move it a little bit and say transform a line along the z-axis. Better. Now, well, I should have done that earlier, right before pulling all of this up. Just gonna select all the faces we've got here at the top and align them all along the z-axis to make it flatter. So let's see. Okay, so align along the z-axis. Better. Say move. Go to side view. Zoom in. Perfect. Now move it along the z-axis. Good. Perfect. Got to change something here, which is the move step. Get it to 1 in order to have a little more precision while modeling. And say again, move it along the z-axis, but now with a factor of 1. Okay, fantastic. That's good. So let's get the form a little harder. So, whoa, mistake. Not really. Let's see what we can do about that. This faces just never wanted to bring them up all the way, because they're giving us a boxy look. It's not really attractive for the gun. So the middle face is selected only. Transform, move, go to side view, zoom in a little bit, and Z. Engage the Z axis and move it. Just bring it a little closer and see what's going on with the model. Perfect. So the axis. Perfect. Awesome. So now that that's done, let's inspect the model and see what we've got here. Okay, let's scale it up along the y-axis. Selected faces. See how much roundness we're gonna get on this. Perfect. Cool. So I think that's as much as we can do for now. We're going to do some fine-tuning later when it will be required. So now, looking at this model, we can say that we have a very decent look here, except for the fact that it's got some smoothness to it, which I'm going to correct right now. Selecting that face. See what happens if we subdivide. Let's see. From the side view, it looks straight. It's very decent. Let's go to the front section. Do the same. Subdivide. Good. Might have to scale that down along all the axes. transform, scale. Actually all good. Now there is something we've got to do here. I'd select mod and try to match it with, to match the edges. The upper section should be proportional to the lower section. So I'm just gonna, well, select this upper edge right where? This one here. Wait. Okay. See if there is another edge we can select. Try to manipulate before we. Okay. So that edge selected. Nope. I wanted the bottom section. At least if I can select that, will be better. Anyway, so that I'm gonna try to trick later. Let's go to our reference image, but first save the progress we've made so far. 15 minutes of progress. And so we have that front section looking flat. Gonna select it, two more faces and subdivide them. There. Subdivide. It's where the muzzle's gonna be. And gonna select this lower face and subdivide. Scale it along the x-axis. Scale it down. No, actually on the y-axis. To give it a more circular look. I think that is workable for us right now. Save the progress again, just like saving the progress. And let's observe. So we've got this metal thingy around here where the tubes are emerging from. And if we look at this, we see that there is also much more to it. The tunnels, the muzzle of the gun and this cylindrical section above it has got something else that they're extruding from. So that we're going to do right now. With this video we should be getting finished with the front section once and for all. And so let's do it. Now this face selected. Hope we're doing the right thing here. The result will tab. So all of the front sections selected faces. Just going to extrude a little bit. Okay, this has got to be given a little bit of a change here. So it's just select all the faces, just select all the faces and say that strip, shape and subdivide. I'm gonna split better. Okay, I'm gonna do the same for this one here. Strip, split, better. Now, once again, let's have a look at our reference image before progress much further. Okay, good. So these two sections have some. They're separated. They're independent of each other, except here, where they're almost converging. So that's the detail we've got to pay so much attention to. So select that and say strip. Okay. Select this strip here along with the circle in the middle of it. Right there. And that circle as well. Turn it to the side view. And extrude those faces. Shape, extrude right there. Pull them back a little bit because that's too far for them to go. Transform, move, x-axis, move. Okay, I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna change the move steps. I'm gonna add to 10 to move it much faster than normal. So, whoa, yeah, good. Okay. Right there. Gonna have to deselect all the faces and make a few changes with this one on the upper section. So, gonna select this. Not this one. So I'm gonna select this strip here and just subdivide better to give it that chunky boxy look. I'm gonna select this faces up here and say transform, move, try to merge it to match it with the position of the faces underneath it. So move along the x-axis. Okay. Change the factor to 1. The move steps instead. Okay, say 5. Let's see how we're gonna work with this one first. Move along the x-axis. Good. Okay. Now we have to eyeball it into position, but the move step has got to be changed to 1 for much more precision. Okay, so X and move. Perfect. Deselect all the faces. Look. Go to this perspective view. And so I'm going to select this face here. Scale it down along the Z axis. Just want it to look a little more circular than it is right now. And so we're going to extrude these faces. Go to the side view and say transform. Okay, first of all we're going to extrude them. We're going to do that right now. We have a little bit of an approximate look. Okay, so shape, extrude, again. I like moving. Just have to make sure we have okay, move step to 5. Done. Okay, cool. So move it along the x-axis. Okay. Right there. Again. All the way. Select all those faces. Select this face and say move it a little bit along the x-axis. Right there. A little more. Okay, now I'm going to extrude it all the way to where the muzzle is supposed to go. Extrude and move a little bit on the x-axis again. Okay, so going to extrude again, transform, move along the x-axis all the way there, and this time I'll subdivide shape. Subdivide. We'll come back to that later. But first, I've got to correct something here. Select the entire strip and go to shape, transform instead. Move it along the x-axis to match it with. Okay, change the factor. Move step to 1, and so I'm gonna move it along the x-axis again, trying to match it with the section that bulges. Now that we've got that sorted, let's go back to our reference image and see the differences and try to make our model more identical to it. Okay, there is something interesting realizing here. Actually, select this strip, right. Say subdivide. Which works better? I think subdivide works better than that. I'm just selecting this strip again and say strip. Go to subdivide. Looks to work better. Deselect those faces and whoa, wait. Okay, let's make reference to the rifle we've got here. Okay, so what's going on here is that we have this section. Okay, the upper section has got another division here, so we're going to have to model that. And so we're going to do that right now. Select that strip, all of it. Subdivide. Okay. select that face, say increase, transform. Let's just increase a little bit and scale it along all the axes. Ooh. Okay, we have to pull it out along the x-axis. Change the move step. Let's see, 1 is good. So a little bit more precision. Move it out over there. Okay, so now we're gonna focus on this front section and move it back a little bit. So let's go to side view. Move it back along the x-axis. Let's change the move step to 5. It's a much fairer factor to work with. Move, 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 all the way there. Is that the right place to take it? It seems. Okay, actually it is. It doesn't seem to be, but it actually is. So, instead of that, we're going to have to subdivide first. So select that face, shape, subdivide. Let's check our reference image first. Okay. Yeah, we've got 2 of them. 2 of them, 2 of them. So let's see what we're gonna do here. Undo first. Okay. Oh, actually we're on the right track, so let's redo that. Let's see what is going on. So 1, 2. Actually, we're doing good. I like playing with my lips sometimes. Okay, so gonna extrude this front face. Extrude. Go to side view. It's very much better for us to measure the gun's proportions. And so let's transform and move along the x-axis outward, all the way. Work on that later. Okay. So again, I'm gonna subdivide this. Wait, do I have to? Am I gonna save the progress first? Go back to photos. Okay, you don't have to. Cool. So let's just see what we're gonna do about this now. We've come to this tricky part. Actually, I'm just realizing that I'm using a far much different technique to model this section compared to the one I used to model both this former section and the other section that I showed you earlier. Life is full of discoveries and life is so beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna subdivide this face again. Strip and subdivide. Yeah, scale down along the x-axis. Oh, okay, good. Back. Okay, so that's done. So the part that was tricky, and I think it's gonna be the same for us this time around, just modeling the upper section. But before we do that, I'm going to attempt to originate the tube right at the bottom section. First, let's see what we can do here. Photos. Okay. We're going to cheat our way around this. This is how we're going to do it. Select all the faces in front of this little portion here. So increase. And side view. Move it back. We will cheat our way out of this. Okay, shape. No, move along the x-axis. Backwards. All the way, actually. All the way. I think that will work for now. So let's go to add a new sphere. Right there. select that region, transform, move it forward along the x-axis. What we're doing here is really awesome. Okay, top view. Gonna scale it down along all the axes to make it match the size of the other objects around it. So scale along all the axes. Down, down, down. Okay. Before we go any further, just going to forget about that part a little bit and go back to the muzzle of the gun. This section that we had here. Just going to select the entire strip, cut shape and make it bulge. Bump actually. Woo. Okay. That we can deal with. Can handle. So it's giving us a very weird bump. Okay, so we're gonna sort that out by undoing. Undo. And so let's see what happens. Select the entire strip and scale it up along all the axes. It seems we have only that to do for ourselves for now, but first we're going to subdivide the sections behind it just to make sure we don't lose the form. What I'm trying to achieve here is this bulging section that attaches the muzzle to the tube on the lower section and the tube above it. I'm going to do that too. Okay, so let's subdivide that and subdivide this strip as well. Good. So let's go to this section in the middle, select the entire strip, go to transform, go to side view, compare it with the other bulging we have in there. Okay, so we're gonna scale it up along all the axes to make our work easier. I'm just gonna scale up all good. That. Okay, that seems to work a little bit. So I'm going to select this strip here, go to subdivide right there. Ooh, fantastic. Do the same to the strip at the front and subdivide. Subdivide. Awesome. Now it actually gives us an advantage I had not noticed earlier till now, which is what we're going to use to originate the part in the middle, in the bottom of it, that little tube we've got there. So I'm going to extrude this circular little face here, shape and extrude like that. Move it out along the x-axis. Oops, out. Can we change the move steps to 10? Done. Okay, move it along the x-axis. I think that will work for us for now. To select that face. Okay, so gonna give it a little bit of hardness here. Select that back strip and subdivide. Ooh, how does that look? Actually, let's see if there is something much better we can do with that shape. Select, subdivide and extrude. I think that will serve us better. Transform, move along the x-axis, out, not in. Okay. Let's extrude it again. Extrude. Now this is the one we're gonna move out wildly. Okay, out. All the way there. It looks really sharp. Okay, so deselecting that And now working on this bottom section here, which I will observe first before we do anything about it. Yeah, subdivide actually the entire bottom section here and originate this little holder, this tunnel here. So Subdivformer, okay, that and that. Transform, subdivide. Get it down along the y-axis. Okay, so let's go down. Scary. Okay. Scale it down. Down, down, down. Right there. Okay. Might have to scale it up a little bit, but that will be much later. Okay, so scale it along the y-axis. That looks nasty. Okay, we'll try and work with that. See how it looks from the other views before moving forward. Okay, it's been going on for the last how many minutes now? 36 minutes. Long video. Expected it to be 20, now it's 36, actually going to 37. Okay, so that seems to be working for us right now. It does seem to be working. It does seem to be working. Good. So we can work with that now. And say what? Observe again. Yeah. Extrude. Extrude, extrude, extrude. Ship, extrude. Woo! Woo woo! It's like a machete. Okay, so I'm gonna flip it down about that. So, okay. Yeah. Now we can split this. See if we can. If we cannot, we will try to subdivide. I don't really like that. Don't like the sound of that. Let's do the selections first. Come and handle that later. The main idea is to attach this to that, which we will do. So the upper section of the gun has actually been considerably formed. Before I close this video, it's been very long, nearly 40 minutes long. What I'm gonna do now is to model this region. Let's try and see if we can solve that right now. There's a limited period of time we've got. Okay. So transform, move up along the z-axis. Change the steps to 5. Done. Move it down a little bit along the x-axis. Should change the steps now to 5. And swing it into position. So along the z-axis. Good. Let's try x. Problem with that is that I have to tap so many times it makes me really impatient. Good. All the way there. Actually, this faces some of them got to be selected, so I'm going to select and delete. 40 minutes down. Okay, so increase, go to local and delete. I like that function. Go to remaining at local first. Go to edge select mode. Let's see the edges that I'm going to select here. Right. Bloody hell. Select this and move it further away. So now move along the y-axis. Good. Lift it out of the frame, out of the way. Okay. I don't like this issue. Selecting. Okay, so I'm just gonna select the strip and scale it down along the y-axis. Go. X-axis actually. Scale it down along the x-axis. Better, so it exposes the other edges that have been hiding away. I will need to do something very important with them. Okay. Promise you this is where we're gonna stop for now. Never intended this video to be this long. Anyway, so select. So let's see. No. 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 Whoa. Okay. What I know for sure right now is that the upper edge can be selected quite easily, while this other edge is messing around with us. Oof. Okay, so I'm just gonna move this further away from the object that we. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Try selecting the edges on the sides instead of the ones in the upper area and the bottom. This video's gone so long. Okay, so one more thing we're gonna do here is what if we select that strip, increase, and get rid of this. Try filling up this space with much less of a fuzz. So whew. Okay, so let's try again to work on it. Again. What if? Yeah, good. The bottom edge has been selected. Oh, I seem to get the side edge without selecting it, and when I want to select it, I don't get it. It's really interesting. Is it becoming heavy right now? Put so much attention on the screen without looking away. Okay, so thinking we select this face, strip and delete, and now this one we have to figure out. We're not going to give up on it and delete another face again. So that, okay. Whoa. Why is it really becoming hazy right now? Upper, no bloody way. Okay. So if since that is not working, I'll have to scale it up. Comes the factors by which I have scaled it up. So I'll go and say 10. Okay. Transform scale along all the axes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm really joking. Keeping myself company. Okay, so now I think this will enable us to select the edge that we want much easier. Okay, not that one. You know what? This is wasting so much of our time. Just gonna get rid of this fess again. So say increase and get rid of those fesses. Local and delete. Okay, it's been quite a journey. Gonna get done here. Okay, hopefully with fewer edges. Say bridge. Whew, we're done. Oh, we have to scale it down again along all the axes. Bring this video to a close for now. Transform and scale along all the axes. Factor 10 and move. I've really been counting. Scale Earth. So select the entire region. Go to transform, scale along all the axes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Interesting. 17. Is that really the size that we had before? Seems. 18, 19. Seems to be it. So I'm gonna close this video from here and let's meet in the next one. Hopefully we will be working on this sphere and completing the front section of the gun. Thank you very much for watching this long, and I'm not going to delay you any longer. So have a good time until the next time we meet on Razaki 3D and finish this model and put it to bed once and for all.